All right, if I can have everybody quiet down for a minute, we're gonna get going. Tonight's mostly about networking, so the sooner we can quiet down, get through some 4 awesome pitches, will be great. So welcome everybody to Fresh Consulting. My name is Craig Bearwalt. I'm the Executive Director for Northwest Robotics Alliance. If anybody here into space, raise their hand. I also run a group called Space Happy Hour. So if you want to network in the space industry, you can just go to spacehappyhour.com. That's all I'm going to say about that tonight. So Fresh Consulting, we've been around since 2007. We basically have 3 arms. We have a digital arm that does all sorts of UI, UX, builds websites, video productions, really focused on innovation. I work as a hardware solutions manager, so consumer product, electronic hardware. We also have a division that does automation and robotics, and we're doing a lot of work in the data warehouse automation space. We do machine that builds a machine type stuff for the space industry, a lot of end-to-line tests. So if you need help with any of those, give me a shout after this. And then finally, we do a fair amount of machine vision and AI ML type applications. We have about 380 employees. Mostly here in headquarters. We have a building across the street where we do fabrication and robot assembly. And then we got some nearshore stuff in Mexico and Costa Rica as well. So I'm super excited. Actually, I'm going to pause for a second and take a quick picture. This is the best crowd we've had at Fresh for Northwest Robotics Alliance ever. So let's give a big round of applause. Thanks for coming out tonight. I got to get the wide view here to get everybody in here. That's awesome. Thank you. So I've got big plans. We've almost doubled the size of our following in 4 months. Since I joined in July, I've taken the Space Happy Hour playbook and put it here. But we have bigger and bolder plans for 2026. So we're going to continue to do monthly events here in Seattle. So we have about 12 events here. We're going to do 4 to 6 events in Portland, Oregon, 4 to 6 events in Vancouver, BC. Hopefully do a one-day symposium in late summer. So to help do that, we also, on the digital side, we're building out a job board, some tools. Have anybody seen the GeekWire 200 here? Fresh actually built that like years ago. So we're going to go ahead and build like a top 25 robotics company. So that's going to launch here in early 2026 as well. But we're looking for partners. So whether you're an insurance company, a bank, law firm, accounting firm, if you're interested in getting more connected to robotics and autonomous vehicles company, come find me afterwards or connect on LinkedIn and we can meet for lunch, coffee, etc. And then like I mentioned, so this is the last regular meetup of the year. Our holiday party will be at the GeekWire Gala, December 11th. We have a special code on the website, which will give you a discount for tickets there. So go ahead and sign up if you're interested. Space Happy Hour will also be having the GeekWire be their holiday party for the 3rd year in a row. It's a lot of fun. Probably 600 to 800 people in the greater Seattle tech community come out for that. So it's a lot of fun. And then, so tonight, we're going to do 4 presentations as quick updates from companies. I think this is a format based by the attendance here that we should do more often. So look for this again in early Q1 2026. So we got Loadsters, Roboto AI, Evolve Robotics, and Numurus. Stay seated after that. One of the best things about networking is making sure you connect with the people you want to. So I'm going to lead introductions, and then we'll get right back to networking. So with that, Bill from Loadsters, come on up.
All right, Craig and everyone at Fresh Consulting, thanks for having us and the invite. My name is Bill Kearns. I'm the CFO for Loadsters, and what we do is we help airlines load their narrow-body aircraft safer, faster, and smarter. So this is a scene that anybody who has traveled sees regularly, right? Is the bags going up the belt loader into the belly of the plane. But what you don't see is what happens once you get inside the belly of the plane. So there are typically 2 people inside the belly of the aircraft. The first person is throwing the bags all the way back there. So if you have bag destroyed or anything like that, this is probably why. And it's a huge strain, musculoskeletal wise. There are back injuries, high frequency of those, which are also very severe, as well as shoulder injuries. And that's where we come in to help out. So what we do is we are modular conveyor belts. that operate just like a piece of luggage. Each one of our modular conveyor boards loads up the belt loader. Each one is 32 pounds in weight. They click in together just like a piece of Legos. And then the magic happens, which is the software that connects the boards together. They can help communicate the speed, the direction, and if there are any safety issues with the boards. This takes a lot of weight off of the ramp agents and helps also with airlines making up time or their on-time performance. And if they are a cargo holder, it also helps them load more cargo. We did a trial last month, and we loaded a Amazon flight, and it was overloaded, and so we had to unload that. So we did an upload, a download, and then a reload of luggage in less than 40 minutes. Had that been done manually, it would have taken over an hour. That's it for now. I don't know if we're doing questions or not. We are raising capital. We're raising $2 million on a $20 million safe. Thank you very much.
Coming through? Great. Well, thanks very much for having me, Craig, Kurt, and the team here at Fresh. Really cool to be here. My name's Benji. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Roboto AI. We're based here in Seattle. We've also got some people in Zurich in Switzerland. Before starting Roboto, I worked at Amazon and built robots there for a very long time. The reason we started the company was this. We were drowning in log files that our robots were producing. And what happened as we started scaling up our fleets of robots, we just had even more logs over time, and we were really unable to find all the issues and edge cases that were crippling our robots in production environments. And so we noticed that current tools just don't work with robotics data right now. If you look at all the observability tools of old, like Splunk, Sumo Logic, and Datadog, they don't work with multimodal sensor data, the kind of stuff that robots are producing from all the LiDARs, radars, and inertial measurement units that are on them. So we decided to solve this problem, and we built a multimodal data analytics platform that's powered by AI. So we can take robot log files and analyze them with AI and help companies find all the problems that they're otherwise not finding. I'm going to give you a very sneak preview of some recent features we've been building in the platform. You're going to see here, I'm going to talk with our agent, and we're going to debug a robot log file together like you would use ChatGPT, essentially. So you can see here, it's probably way too small for the people at the back, but I'm typing into this chat experience now, did anything odd happen in this drone flight that we did? And it's now going to run some analysis for me. You can see it's using some various tools that we have. And then it's going to identify that in this drone flight, there were critically high vibration levels, there were GPS issues, and there were issues with the accelerometers as well. And that's ultimately what led to an emergency landing of this drone flight. And then I can even say to the AI, well, cool, you said that there's vibration issues. Can you show me the vibration issues? Can you bring up some vibration data so we can actually look at that together? And it will now go and think about that and be like, well, yeah, I could go pull out that vibration data for you, I guess, and it'll do its little AI thing, and some dots will load. And then you'll see it's taken me now into a visualization experience where I can actually see the issue with the vibration on a graph. So we've really built a particularly kind of powerful platform to debug these robot issues at scale. And we're working with a bunch of different robotics companies now, some here in Seattle, like Brink Drones, if anyone knows Brink, some surgical robotics companies, some agricultural robotics companies, and we're starting to scale up. We're heading towards a Series A fundraise sometime soon. So if you have too many robot log files and you need help debugging them, come find me. Thank you.
All right. Hello, I'm Matt Skills, the CEO and co-founder of Evolved Robotics. Here are the, oh, sorry. Is this better? Yes. All right. I'm Matt Skills, the CEO and co-founder of Evolved Robotics. We're helping, our long-term vision is to help people stay in their homes later into life. Short-term, we're started in senior housing communities. Here's the founding team. So Gert Kimchi, he's a tech fellow and co-founder. And Kaveh is a CPO, Chief Product Officer, and co-founder. And we all worked at Amazon Prime Air on their drone delivery program with Benji and a few other folks here. All right. Oh, I can advance it. Cool. So the aging population is growing rapidly, which is the 65+ age group, which means there will be a huge demand for care and not enough people to provide care for that age group. And a lot of folks who are at the peak of their career, as caregivers, they'll go on to retire, and there's not enough people filling those roles. And one thing we discovered early on is that although we want to move to the house eventually, and help people stay in their home, there's a real immediate problem in senior housing communities. So caregivers are often overworked. They're working super long hours, constantly having to retrain new employees because there's super high turnover. And senior housing also offers a very constrained environment to deploy the technology initially. So there's a lot of regulation around like the physical environment itself. Like the door handles are all lever door handles and have a maximum torque required to rotate them so that older adults can rotate the handles. All of the carpet and the flooring is ADA compliant, so it's very smooth. You have very, very wide hallways. So it's really, really a great place to deploy the technology. And then from a value proposition for the business owners, we can save them up to $240,000 a year just with these initial set of tasks, which I don't have listed here, but we'll really take on delivery tasks in the community. So moving laundry around, moving packages around, collecting data on the facility's health. So understanding if there are any maintenance issues, so then we can inform those facility owners so they can save on maintenance costs. And then also providing data on the health of the residents. So as we're driving throughout the community, we'll check on people's health and say, is this person breathing correctly, or do they have a temperature? And then you can know who that person previously passed to understand if anyone's sick in the community. All right, you can go to the next slide. And so this CAD model up here is more of a conceptual design. Really what we're trying to convey with this is that we're positioning ourselves in between humanoids and then cobots. So we're really focused specifically on designing a robot meant for care. And humanoids have a lot of issues because a lot of the power goes towards keeping the robot upright and stable. So it's not a great form factor for the care setting. And then cobots are more constrained with where they can go in the world. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk tonight. Coming to these events for a number of years now, and it's really cool to see so many people. My background, I actually, really funny, I got my master's degree in mechatronics with a focus on AI, graduated and said, well, there's no jobs in AI. And back then there really wasn't. And so through the years, I've been working focused on robotics and trying to bring technologies in over the last 10 years. You saw obviously with NVIDIA and other embedded chips, that AI really being a tool. And so started Numurus to focus on how do we take advantage of that, and built sensors. And it was really hard. Even with our team of experienced software people, we had challenges. And so after selling maybe $5 million worth of sensors with these chips in it, I realized the opportunity and the challenge is the software, not only for us, but for the rest of the world. So let me just go back. So, AI, you hear about it. It's essentially, it's a file. You get it, and then you get some hardware and cameras and things like that, and you need to make all this stuff talk and take that AI and turn it into something and use it for something. And so if you look at, okay, I want to put this on a robot, I want to put it in the field, I want to use it. These are all the different things and different technologies that need to come together. And this is what we focus on at Numurus, is how to make this really easy so that people can take their AI and put it to work and not spend all their time on these components. And so what does that mean? It means bringing together a few components that every one of our customers and everybody in the field has to do, but doing it once so they can take advantage of that. And that's plugging in hardware. And so like a computer, you can plug in keyboards and displays, they work. But on these embedded chips, they need to detect, they need to talk to cameras and lasers and GPS, and making that all easy. And then on the other side, the user interface, you don't have a screen on these robots, so you need to interact through the network, right? And making that, and so what we developed, and a lot of people are going to hate it, we call it Windows for Robots, bringing the ease of what Windows did for the PC to these embedded chips, but built on Linux and ROS, so bringing that capability. And a lot of people that have been programming for 30 years, they say, I don't get it, I know how to do all this. I would say more of the people I talk to say, I have no idea how to do this, or I don't want to do this. So We've got, I've got Danielle, our sales and marketing person here. We're about to launch the 4th generation on as a container with the trial version. So talk to her or myself if you're interested in trying it out. Thank you.
All right. In 2026, I'm gonna have a shirt that has a rocket emoji, a robot emoji, and a gear for hardware. So space, robots, and hardware. I don't talk to everybody every day, but I am a diehard Husky fan. UW alum. President. I was my first stint in marketing. I was president of the UW Young Alumni Association. But I want to introduce my colleague Marco, who runs our automation robotics team. He's going to talk about UW Capstone project. So this is the intro.
Thanks, everyone. I twisted Craig. I didn't have to twist Craig's arm very hard to do that, but I have a little note on the bottom of my name tag here, and if you see it tonight, I'm going to call out a few folks just because I know there's some big and small folks around here, companies that are capable and willing. I'm on the Mechanical Engineering Executive Advisory Board and Industry Relations, and I'm trying to connect students at the university to industry people in the area. And it's for a mutual benefit. And there's a couple different ways that we do this. I know that actually in attendance here, there's actually some recent UW engineering students, graduates, and folks looking for jobs. And that's one way we can make connections with people here. And the other way is for folks in industry to connect through the board to sponsor capstone projects. And the capstones are these senior year design class. And if many of us have gone through these, they've really evolved, and the students basically take on a sponsored project or a problem over the course of the year, run it through their the design class, and try to produce a result for the company that's sponsoring it. And so again, there's a two-way mutual benefit here, in that companies that have initiatives or projects that might not be getting the attention that they need in the workplace, they can task and work with the students at the university to go solve this problem over the course of a year. I'll kind of try to wrap it up at that, but if you're interested, capable, and want to learn more, please find me tonight. And I'd love to make connections, either students to industry or industry folks who are looking to potentially engage and learn more about the Capstone project. So thank you, Craig, for giving me a few minutes on that.
All right, raise your hand if you're excited to get back to networking. Awesome. So to help you out with networking,